Subject videos for B.Com, B.B.A, M.Com and M.B.A of all universities of India and foreign countries are available at channelmwn.com.
The certificate of deposit issued by banks for 12 months of current financial year and for 5 years is shown in the chart. Easy monthly installments and interest rates for two-wheeler loans given by various banks are shown in the chart. Share of countries in global apparel, that is clothes, exports in percentage is shown in the chart. The gain and loss of shares of important companies for last week in the share market is shown in the chart. Annual premium and annual income after 10 years for various life insurance companies are shown in the chart. The amount of direct benefit transfers to people by central government for 5 years are shown in the chart.
1. Accounting to Wall Street Journal. Apple has locked horns with SpaceX over the issue of spectrum access for their satellites to function. While Apple has done a lot of investment in satellite communication via their company Globalstar, SpaceX too has launched varied number of satellites via Starlink. Now, according to the WSJ report, SpaceX has urged U.S. regulators in the past to delay expansion plans of Apple's Globalstar. Initially, SpaceX and its partner T-Mobile wanted to bring Starlink connectivity to iPhones, which is why they wanted support from Apple. The report suggests that Apple had agreed after tense negotiations, but it still has control over who controls satellite features on iPhones. Apple has invested $1 billion in Globalstar, which also helps iPhones in sending emergency messages in places without cell service. 2. Gold price has crossed the landmark price of $3,100. On Monday, gold surpassed $3,100, reaching an all-time high due to strong safe haven demand amid concerns over Trump's trade war. According to reports, Trump is considering imposing higher trade tariffs on several countries when his pre-announced reciprocal tariff plans go live on April 2. In addition, Trump said that if Moscow hinders his efforts to end the Ukraine war, he will impose 25 to 50% secondary tariffs on Russian oil, and he has threatened Iran with more tariffs and airstrikes if Tehran fails to reach a nuclear deal. 3. Shriram Finance, the flagship company of diversified conglomerate Shriram Group, is set to cross 3 lakh rupees crore in assets during the next financial year starting April 1 with loan growth of 15%. Shriram Finance would end the current financial year with 18% credit growth, although the guidance was 15%. 4. With their impending entry into the cables and wires segment, the Adani Group and the Aditya Birla Group (ABG) are strengthening their presence in the building and construction sector, where both already hold leading positions in the cement business. According to analysts, this move will allow both conglomerates to leverage their existing distribution networks and supply chain efficiencies to gain a larger share of the construction materials market. 5. Onyx Renewable plans to spend nearly 25,000 crore rupees to build 7 gigawatt renewable energy capacity and 5 gigawatts solar module and cell capacities in the next 3 years. By 2030, the company will build a renewable energy portfolio of 10 gigawatts and looks to invest 30,000 crore rupees, its chief operating officer Hardik Adia said. About 80% of the projects will be based on solar and the rest will include wind. The company's plans align with the country's target to build a renewable energy capacity of 500 gigawatts by 2030. Onyx's larger peers such as Adani Green, Renew and Tata Power have already built large capacities in green energy. For instance, Adani Green recently said it crossed operational capacity of 13 gigawatts in green energy. 6. After reaching record production levels in the last financial year, FY 2023-24, the production of several key minerals has continued to grow strongly in the current fiscal FY 2024-25 till February. Among key minerals, iron ore production, which accounts for 70% of the total Mineral Conservation and Development Rules (MCDR) mineral production by value, stood at 263 million ton (MT) during April to February of financial year 25. Marking a 4.4% increase from 252 MT in the same period last fiscal, according to provisional government data. 7. The centre's transfer of assorted subsidies and SOPs to the beneficiaries through the Direct Benefit Transfer (DBT) fell by 16% year-on-year to approximately 5.8 lakh rupees crore in financial year 25, reflecting reduced leakages and a slower pace of implementation in certain schemes. DBT transfers had reached a record 7.16 lakh rupees crore in financial year 23, primarily due to the free grain scheme and higher fertilizer subsidies driven by soaring prices. The delay in rolling out new or revamped schemes following the presentation of the full budget in July contributed to the decline. 8. India's petroleum product exports grew by 3.7% in volume terms, reaching 59.0 million ton MT during April to February, compared to 56.9 MT in the same period last fiscal, according to data from the Petroleum Planning and Analysis Cell. The increase was primarily driven by higher shipments of motor spirit, petcoke, and fuel oil. However, despite the rise in export volumes, the value of these exports declined by nearly 7% to $40.4 billion in the first 11 months of the current fiscal, down from $43.4 billion in the same period last year. This decline was attributed to weaker global prices compared to the previous fiscal. In February alone, petroleum product exports rose by 6% year-on-year, reaching 5.6 MT, up from 5.3 MT in February 2024. However, in value terms, exports fell by 5% to $3.9 billion, reflecting the impact of lower prices. 9. With home loan interest rates expected to decline further, the Indian real estate market is poised for a significant boost in financial year 26. The recent 25 basis point repo rate cut by the Reserve Bank of India (RBI) has set the stage for a potential easing cycle, making home ownership more affordable and enhancing loan eligibility for buyers. Industry experts anticipate additional rate reductions in the coming months, which could further drive demand across all segments, particularly in metro and Tier 2 cities. As borrowing costs decline, both first-time buyers and investors are likely to benefit, reinforcing real estate as a preferred asset class in a growing economy.
Subject videos for B.Com, B.B.A, M.Com and M.B.A of all universities of India and foreign countries are available at channelmwn.com. Presented by Dr. M. Wilson, Professor, Author and Publisher.